The people of Syria are now coming to terms with their new reality of life not under the iron fist of Bashar-Al-Assad, or indeed the Assad family, which has ruled Syria for well over 50 years. Scenes of jubilation continuing to play out in towns and cities across the country, marking really the end of what has been one of the most brutal civil wars, not just the Middle East has experienced in recent times, but indeed the world. We have seen some of those people in the capital Damascus, for example, even breaching the presidential palace of Damascus, looting the personal belongings of the Assad family. Of course, through much of the past 24 hours, one of the big questions had been where President Bashar-Al-Assad fled to. Certainly there were indications that he was on a plane, but the destination was unknown. Overnight, we have heard from Russian state media that he and his family have now travelled to Moscow, where they were granted asylum by President Putin. Now, of course, many in this region are now watching to see what happens next. Some bordering countries have security concerns, including here in Israel. We have seen Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visit that border region in the past 24 hours, where in some ways he claimed part of the victory for the fall of Bashar al-Assad, saying Israel's actions against Hezbollah in Lebanon and Iran, two of the most important allies of the Syrian, or the deposed Syrian president now, Israel's actions against those groups had weakened Assad's ability to fend off this rebel advance. They are also saying that they are moving their own troops, Israeli troops and Israeli tanks, into a demilitarized zone which has separated Syria and Israel since 1974. The IDF confirming it has now taken up permanent position in that DMZ and that they will be remaining there until the Syrian situation becomes clearer. Also, several airstrikes reported targeting military facilities of the Syrian army, which had been abandoned by their troops. The IDF has not officially commented on those strikes. The suggestion certainly is that it was the Israeli Air Force, and Israeli media is reporting that they were targeting weapons storage areas as well as research facilities that were used to work on things like missiles and chemical warfare. The rationale, according to those Israeli media reports, is that the Israelis do not want those weapons to fall into the hands of people that they consider to be enemies of Israel. Trent Murray, SABC News, Tel Aviv.